If your private student loans are in default, you're not out of options. Go to yrefi.com/Ramsey.
In January, when I put all my debts down on paper, total of 10 credit cards and 2 vehicle payments, 2 vehicle notes, I was around $90,000 in debt. I've brought that down to $65,500 in the past 10 months.
Good.
Awesome.
I cut up 7 of the 10 credit cards. There's 3 that are still open that have a balance on them, and then the 2 vehicles are the majority of that balance.
Okay.
So my question is, anytime I've got an extra income, I've put it towards the debt snowball. I'm trying to get out of baby step 2 as fast as possible. I have a unique situation, and I have my stepson is 19. Our child is 9. Back in 2019, I had a little bit of extra income. I put it into a 529 account for both of them, about $4,000 each.
Mm-hmm.
That has gone up when my 19-year-old graduated high school in 2024. He went to a local community college, totaling about $3,000 for both semesters, which is very affordable.
Mm-hmm.
After the semester ended last year, he came to us, said, I'm not interested in college. I don't want to go. So I was told the people that would manage the 529 account, I can just roll his amount into my younger son's amount.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, between their 2 529 accounts, it's about $11,500. I have roughly 8 to 9 years before my youngest even will go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I know I get penalized for taking money out of the 529 account for you if I'm not using it for school.
That's right.
Is it worth it taking that money out now, getting penalized, and putting it towards my debts, and then, building it back up for my younger son after I'm debt free? Or is it better to keep it in those accounts for the time being until he goes to school 8, 9 years from now? If he goes to school 8 or 9 years from now.
I have some thoughts in my head about it. Can you tell me more about these cars, though, before I tell you my thoughts?
Yeah, I'm sure it's not the Dave Ramsey way, but these were purchased. We moved to South Carolina 3 years ago, and we drove hoopties for a long time. So in 2022, right after we moved, I did end up buying my wife a more reliable vehicle. I bought her a 2022 Hyundai that has about $15,000 left on it.
15,000. What's it worth if you sold it? Just curious.
That I don't have off the top of my head. I do not know.
Do you think you're upside down?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, one of the things when I took FPU, the reason I took it was that I'm like, I make good money. My wife makes okay money. So like, how do we just never have money? And when I looked at stuff, I was like, oh, well, we're paying for this. So I feel like the last 10 months, we've really turned our life around financially, where I handle the finances solely. Not that I don't keep my wife involved. It was just when we got together, she's like, I'm not into finances.
Did you hear the last call?
I did, and I was actually laughing during it because it's the exact same thing. My wife, I tell my wife all of our financial stuff, but she just is not, she doesn't want to pay the bills. She lets me handle that. And that was even before we got married. When we got engaged, she's like, I'm going to have you handle the finances.
Interesting. We'll talk more about that later. Tell us about car number 2.
Car number 2 is a vehicle that I bought for myself. It was a 2024 that I bought in 2024, a Toyota truck. The vehicle I had before it, I drove literally until the
tell us
wheels
about,
I don't want to hear about the ex-girlfriend.
Tell us about this car, because
Why
what you're
did you
doing
need a brand
is
new truck?
you're qualifying it before you tell us,
Yes,
and we don't
yes,
care.
yes.
We don't care.
I don't care if the engine blew up on the last one, and so you went to the dealership and you got
right.
Sure.
they
we
suckered you
want,
in.
We want you to be debt free, and we're not going to
Sure.
let you excuse yourself out of it. We want you to hit your goals. So tell us about car number 2, this 2024 truck.
Car number 2, I planned on, at the time, this before FPU, I planned on buying a used vehicle. When I went to the dealership, the used vehicle, this was not that much more expensive than the used vehicle at the time.
Tell us the amount,
Sure.
please.
It was 54.
Goodness gracious.
$1,000 out the door.
Okay.
Correct.
What do you owe now?
What I owe now, I have 30 on it. left.
Okay. So you've been paying
Now,
it down.
And I know you're talking about emotional spending. I did get a nice bonus that year, like a very large bonus. So that was like, I'm going to spoil myself with a new vehicle.
Instead of paying off the other debt, you were like, you know what? Let's still go into debt.
This is pre-FPU, before I knew all this stuff.
Sure. But common sense would say, let's maybe try to get out of the hole before we dig a new one.
It would,
correct.
and I'm taking my glasses off because, yet again, George, it is all emotional. all your caveats, all of the things that you were trying to qualify, it's emotional. And I get that. I want you to hear me all day. You were tired. You were tired. You were frustrated. You wanted to feel like your income was being spent on the things that you enjoy. Right? Am I wrong?
No, that's
you were
correct.
tired of driving you're tired of driving hoopties. You're a man. You want your wife to feel like she's, that you love her and you want to spoil her a little bit. I see it. I hear it. I have felt it. I understand. And you called in trying to figure out how to get out of debt faster. True?
Yeah. So the plan, the debt snowball is working for me, but any extra money I'm having come in, I'm trying to throw at that. I just want to get that debt down as fast as possible.
What's your income?
After tax, I make about 72 a year.
That's with your wife?
No. My wife makes probably about. Hers is kind of up in the air because when we moved, she doesn't work full time, so she kind of has the luxury of.
What's a normal month?
Can she work full time?
Yes, she's actually in the past 2-3 months she has started working more hours.
Okay, because right now we don't have the luxury of working part time.
Correct.
We both need to be working full time plus. So
between the two of us, pre-tax, we're probably closer to $120 a year.
Okay, and so what, like $7,000 a month, $7,500 a month?
Yeah, just around. Yeah, I'd say that's the sweet spot right there.
Oh, go ahead, George.
I just want to make sure we answer your question. I would not crack open my child's piggy bank to essentially make my truck payment.
No.
And so I would be selling that truck. And the truth is, you're going to pay income tax on that college money. You're going to pay a 10% penalty. So that $11,000 quickly turns into $7,000. And you're unplugging the growth.
Yeah.
Which that's going to, double, triple by the time your kid's in college. And that's if you do nothing to it. So I don't want to unplug the growth. I don't want to pay all these taxes and penalties while this money's growing tax-free. And for that reason, I would sacrifice for my own life before hurting the kid's future. So that's what I personally would do, is sell the truck, work extra. I would not touch the 529.
Yeah, I agree. And for other reasons, too. It's too much of your world to have this much tied up in vehicles that are going down in value.
Yeah, that is very true. You got some nice cars in that driveway. I'd rather see you guys building wealth instead of driving a truck that's going down in value every day.
Why Refi refinances defaulted private student loans for struggling borrowers. Learn more at yrefy.com/Ramsey.